Hey guys, it's Matt here from Scoop in Response. I just thought I would do a bit of a video and show you what I've been working on recently in my paper collection. So for the most part, I've been playing Modern pretty much exclusively. I guess with the exception of a little bit of 7-Point Highlander, you know, as often as I can. We just don't get many opportunities to play. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to from competitive perspective. I pretty much moved away from rhinos a little while ago now. Still love the deck, but I just feel like this deck's more well positioned in my local meta in particular. And so I finally managed to assemble a fully foiled version of the deck now, which is Murktide. So just thought I'd give you a bit of a tour of it. Seems pretty cool. So we've got the Double Masters Edition Mishra's Baubles, the Dragon Rage Channelers, obviously from MH2. We don't have any other printings for that. I went for the sketch versions of Murktide just because I think they're pretty sweet. I like the regular frame. We don't have any extended frame that isn't sort of alternative art, so the ledger shredders are just the regular frame foils. So that's pretty sweet. The rags, I was very fortunate in that happened to know someone that wanted to swap their current 3 of these that were basically that were foils. They wanted to downsize them to regular non-foil, so I was super stoked to be able to do that. Next up, we've got the 4 Unholy Heats, regular for that one, and the promo foils for the expressives. So we've got the counterspells, they're all MH2. These will probably be one of the next things I upgrade to something that's in a full art or something different to just have it a bit more blingy. These are really just like the first thing I could find 4 of locally without paying an arm and a leg. So I'll probably upgrade to the Mystical Archives or even just the full frames or something like that. But I'm really not sure as of yet. The considers for the promo foils, I like those mostly because they kind of match the aesthetic of the expressive iteration and a couple of the cards that I've got in the extended sideboard as well. So we've got I forget which promo the lightning bolts are. I just like these. They're the only play set of foils that I've got for bolts. I've got a whole heap of one-ofs in different printings, but I like these as my go-to bolts. Land base, so the islands are the Theros full art foil islands. They were actually the first full art lands that came out since I started playing Magic, so I thought it would be best to pay homage to them. We've got the Otawara full art, you can't really see it there, the full art foil, and the 3 steam vents from Ravnica Allegiance. I'm definitely going to upgrade those to the expeditions at some point in the future. The problem is that it's just super hard to find those expeditions anywhere really. So yeah, they look really sweet. In person I really like them. So we've got the Spire Bluff Canals in foil. There's only a single printing of that. I just guarantee you we're going to see a reprint somewhere for these in the near future, and they're going to the arse is going to fall out of the bottom of them, but oh well. We have the Zendikar Rising Expeditions, so 3 Scalding Tarns and 3 Misty Rainforests, because the deck only plays 6 fetches for what I like to run. And the last 2 cards in the main deck, we've got the new promos that just came out, the Archmage's Charm with Teferi. The funny thing is these actually look really cool in person. I was really expecting them to kind of be like really corny and cheesy, like that kind of whole like wolf howling at the moon aesthetic that you see on those like, dollar store t-shirts, that kind of stuff, but they actually look really cool. And so I was pleasantly surprised with that. For the sideboard, we've got the 3 different treasure tokens just for fun. We've got the foil spreading seas. I was pretty happy when I managed to pick them up recently because they have gone up quite a bit, so it was worth investing now. Also great for a lot of different versions of the deck, so I know it's probably a bit of a hot take to run those cards in the sideboard of the deck right now, but in my local meta we've got boatloads of Tron and an absence of blue decks, so it really sort of does a lot to stuff up a lot of the decks. We've got a lot of hammer as well, so these are just kind of like a local medical. On top of that, we've also got the blood moons, because I can't get enough of them. 3 in the side of the box topper version of Double Masters. Rounding it out, we've got the 3 Mystical Disputes in foil, just the regular Eldraine printings, that's the only one. We've got 2 of the sketch dress downs in the side, 2 of the Double Masters Engineered Explosives, and 1 of the Flusterstorm foils for that. So I think I'll probably need to get another copy of Flusterstorm and probably 1 more copy of Engineered Explosives. That's something that I'm looking to do in the future. But at the moment, this is kind of how the board is. But I've got an extended sideboard as well, so I'll show you sort of my plans for this deck. Sorry about that glare. My plans for this deck when it actually, you know, if it ever sees a ban or anything like that, I sort of will have enough for a blue red control deck or something similar like that to be able to sort of jump in its place. So we've got the 4 Furies and the 4 Season Pyromancers in the full art foils. I think they look amazing together, and they also look amazing individually. The Season Pyros are a bit darker than what I thought they would be before I got them, but you know, them's the breaks I think sometimes when it comes to, you know, ordering cards before you physically see them. Stormwing Entities, I think this is just like maybe a card that you might swap Murktide with if Murktide itself ever got a ban. I think that's like, you know, reasonable if you wanted another big flyer and, you know, Subtlety or something like that wasn't working for you. I've got the remaining 2 charms to make the playset, another dress down. I've got a 4th dress down in the foil sketch frame somewhere. I don't know where it is currently. It's probably just in a different Highlander deck or something like that. But yeah, and sort of like lastly, we've got 4 Fire Ice foils, 4 Opt foils, and 2 Fry foils. So all of these are just sort of, I love Fire Ice. Like if I had more spots, I'd probably just main deck 4 Fire Ice. I think that card is that good. Opt is really just, you know, maybe consider gets banned one day, who knows. I just wanted to pick up similar ones to the Considers so I can play them in any sort of cantrip heavy deck in Modern or even Pioneer. So yeah, and then we've got the sort of lower tier stuff with the exception of the Spell Piercers. So you're probably wondering why I don't play Spell Piercers main deck. I think what I will end up doing in the future is probably cutting 2 of the creature threats. So currently you can see we've got the full 16 creatures. You know, it wouldn't be horrible, I don't think, to trim 1 Murktide, maybe even 2 Murktides, or trimming 1 Ledger Shredder, 1 Murktide, something like that. And that's probably the spaces where I'd put my Spell Piercers in for that. We've got the Serum Visions, probably the worst of all of our cantrips for Modern. And then we've got Thought Scour. I think this is probably the next one to sort of come in if Consider got banned. It's probably a bit better than Opt because you get the mill effect on yourself, which is great. And then we've got the 4th Blood Moon, just because we wanted a play set, and a few one-ofs that I've started collecting. Magus of the Moon, just for the, you know, if we want to split our moons so that the one type of removal spell doesn't sort of hedge against all of them. I managed to pick this up, the Time Spiral, sorry, not Time Spiral, Future Sight version. I think it's really sweet. Got an Memory Deluge in foil. I think that's a really good card. I'll probably pick up another one of them at some point soon. This was just, I happened to open this in the draft that I did of Double Masters. So yeah, pretty lucky with that. I'll probably get 1 more of them in that printing, but I've got 4 of the regulars for, you know, other decks for rhinos and things like that. Lastly, we've got the sort of redundant lands. So we've got another Otawara, we've got 2 Sokenzans, a Den of the Bugbear, the remaining Scalding Tarn and Misty Rainforest to make the playsets. I started collecting some snow-covered islands and mountains and islands. Sorry about that, that's just the dogs going nuts. So yeah, we've got 2 of the snow-covered islands and a whole bunch of snow-covered mountains. So we can switch to snow if sort of something happens in the future with that. We've got a nice foil spirit token as well for the Sokenzans. I think the things that I got to pick up to sort of have the, you know, very, very extended version. I'm so sorry about the dogs. The things, yeah, that I think I'd want to pick up to have the sort of more extended, I guess, sideboard and options. I'll probably need to get another Memory Deluge. I'll probably want to pick up 2 Jaces as well. So I'll go and get 2 of the Jace the Mind Sculptors as well. That will sort of be like the next thing, as well as maybe some Soul Guide lanterns and things like that in foil. But yeah, that's pretty much the video today. I just wanted to sort of show you what I've been up to in terms of paper. This is literally will be the first time, which is tonight, where I get to play it fully foiled. I only got the steam vents and the final engineered explosives for the, haven't actually had a chance to play with them yet, so it'll be tonight as the first time. So yeah, I would really love to see what you guys are actually building, or you build it into. I love foiled out decks. I think they're super sweet, and I've got a few friends that are really into them, so I was like, right, it's time to join that club and be a bit cooler. And as we all know, foils are actually much more powerful than non-foils. You draw better with them, and you know, it doesn't matter, because if you lose when you have a foiled deck, at least you know that you spent more money on the deck, and that should make you better. So they just got lucky in that case. So yeah. That's obviously a joke, but just in case it didn't sit with you. But yeah, thanks so much for checking out the video, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.